said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Seminoles will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Clemson's offense will take the field first. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
What a great job by the wide receiver getting the first down. We all see it, right? We're watching TV. We see the yellow line. You're like, don't you get to the first down. Great job knowing where the first down was, putting his head down, getting the first down.
Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
They'll move the tight end. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these, but if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Out of the gun, the running back has it. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle, but how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges, and you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
So the Florida State Seminoles offense will go to work for the first time. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Quarterback on the keeper. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. Third down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving and keep the sticks rolling.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Complete to the right. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Tigers will hustle to the line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find it. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And I think this offense is going to start to get a little frustrating. Back-to-back drives, they've had some success, but they find a way to shoot themselves in the foot. And right here, they don't protect their guy. And now, third and long situation, you know the pass rushers are coming. They know it's a pass. Got to be smart here with this play call.
Finds the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
No first down. That's fine. We got the completion. We had a successful play. And it sets up now a fourth down situation where, yes, I'm going for it.
Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle. It's Allen. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory there down at the 43-yard line. First down here for the offense. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run it from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop him on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Hand off from the shotgun. Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
Back to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Let's it go to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And guys, they're not going to give up on picking up the first down, but they also need some breathing room for the punter. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Working the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll try the run, and he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake. Got his man quickly. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense.
Turning it on. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. When Bobby Bowden built this program, high-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on display today.
Yeah, and it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida, and when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He'll be run out of bounds at the 13. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He might want another play. Looking to fire. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Noles. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're trying to put anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, down 7-0. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Taking it the other way, inside the 30. And after the turnover, out of bounds at the 12 to set up this offense.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Here's the handoff. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on second down. Touchdown, Seminoles! Quick strike through the air for the score.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and
picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Allen. They stop him at the 22. 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Looking downfield on first down. Puts it out of the air. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on first and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Man, really good job by this defense staying positive. They gave up a bunch of yards, got down towards the shadow of their own goal line. 2 straight passes, 2 incompletions, trying to just get off the field here with only giving up 3 points.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
No, you got to be aggressive here, because if you score a touchdown, the nail is in the coffin. This might be ball game, and even if you don't get it, they're not going to have to drive the entire
I'm in the lead. Everything's going right.
Touchdown, Florida State. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got his man downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Clemson is quick to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw time, running short in the half. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down. Clemson will send the punt team out. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Handoff to the lone back. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Leaves it with the running back. Runs for the tackle. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. A strike downfield. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll start the third quarter with the run. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
I love those.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. To the air on first down. It's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on second down. Gets it out fast. That play won't make the highlight reel except in the coaches' meetings as he works his way to the 39.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Snap from the gun on third down. Got the back over the middle. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense trying to take it back.
Nice heads-up play by the defense.
Now, we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. Inside the 35. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play call. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Noles kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. The give from the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Noles! Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Give to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He'll do it himself. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Pulls it in at the 25. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Off the play fake on first down. With the catch, it's Allen. Oh, he's got some space. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man out of the backfield. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Oh, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He's got an open man. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Tight end now in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his back in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The inside handoff. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. And the Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. Going to sling it on second down. It's complete to the right. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Seminoles. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Working on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll give it to the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the ground with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Final stand to the game, and we'll start with the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run, and this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Looking to throw again. Under fire. And Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And they get him again. This has not been the day we expected. This young man, we expect great things. Like, he is one of the better players in college football. You think he'd come out, put on a show, but this defense has had his number all game long.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
He stopped short, and it's fourth down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Never a doubt. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Texas Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Red Raiders offense has been a buzzsaw. They're up.
Touchdown, Florida State! The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Right on the money.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Trying play action. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give to the back. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Might be changing the route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. It's him in stride inside the 10. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. And this dude is spinning flaming spears everywhere, and he is cutting apart this defense.
You're going to have Noel Nation doing the chop, getting excited, getting jacked up about this guy, because this is the kind of day that starts to bring even more momentum to this spot. Now you got a quarterback that you can really trust.
And the returner goes down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Looking for room at the 40. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Lost to fire on second down. He's not afraid to go deep. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and get into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to